Hello, people. I am not sure how many of you guys are going to be able to jump on the live. I'm not really concerned about that now, but I wanted to go ahead and throw something out there together while it was fresh on my brain. So, first of all, happy 2019 to all the beauty, barber, manicurists, wigologists, natural hair instructors, estheticians, um, microbladers, micropigmentators, everybody out there that's holding it down in the salon and barber shop. Thank you guys so much for the support up until this point. And this video is aimed directly at you. So, as it says, going broke or breaking free. Okay? This will be literally and metaphorically because for me personally, try not to do New Year's resolutions, so I don't wait until the new year to say that I'm going to do something different for me personally. I know a lot of people still do that, and for that reason, I wanted to throw this out while those resolutions are still fresh for a lot of people. So, bear with me. I hope you guys don't mind my little flashing Santa earrings. That's what they are. I'm trying to get the last little wear and tear out of them. The batteries that they have are about dead. So I just, do little things that kind of bring me a little joy, make me happy. And the flashing Santa lights on the earrings did that. At any rate, I hope it's not distracting, but here we go. Um, I am making it a point to even change and use different terminology as I'm being expressive and creative with that. So, in the literal sense of going broke or breaking free, first, for me, it's got to start with my emotional bank and how I fill that up. Your mental bank, your physiological, the physical makeup of your body, being healthy and well, fill that up. And the end of all that, your finances will come. Okay? But what you can't continue to do is do the things that we used to do, and then you're expecting those volumes and those deposits to just magically increase. You got to do the work. You got to put in those healthy deposits. So, with that being said, going broke, stop giving your work away for free. If people cannot afford what you charge, let them tell you their budget, and if you have something available for them at that point, go to work. But no more of, oh, they charge too much or they do this. Fuck that. No, ma'am. You are not able to pay what I charge for this service that you've requested. So it's not going to get done. I don't have anything available. Thank you. And come back, if you will, at a time that you can. You don't go into restaurants. I don't care if it's a damn McDonald's, and tell McDonald's that their Big Macs are $6 and they're too much. You either pay the $6 or you don't eat the damn Big Mac. You know, we are service oriented people, yes, but what we're doing too much as beauty and barber professionals, we're becoming too much about people pleasing. We are a business, and to even quote Jay-Z in a line of something I've heard some years ago, it may be from, gosh, I can't even say, maybe from the Blueprint 3 album, I can't even say for sure. Maybe the Black album, I can't remember. At any rate, uh, the little ad libs that they put in, and he's like, I ain't a businessman. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. And I'm pretty sure I put that into some of my other posts before. Independent contractors, people that work on commission, anything of that nature, you got to understand you are the business, you are the product. You set your price for what people want and need and are requesting from you. They pay it or stop fucking bothering me. Simple. Twofold for me. As a stylist, as I've cut that way back. But my work as a teacher and in education consulting now, this is what I charge. This is my fee. This is what you're offering. We're going to at least negotiate that. If we can't come to a happy medium, you don't get work from me, and I don't work for free. Okay? Um, I can even tag, if you guys know or watch him, MJ Malcolm Harris. He's the CEO of National Care Financial Services, I believe. If I don't have the name fully right, I apologize, but I do follow him on Facebook and his Instagram, and he does great tutorials, uplifting all of the time. And he did one a while back saying that stop asking business people to work for free. That's even down to where I am now. I really hate it, even in my social circles. Well, girl, let me ask you this. No, no. I don't even want to start the conversation of why I'm not going to give you an answer. This is social time. This is friend time. I really don't want to get into answering questions about anything that's work related, business related, anything. Because if you want an answer, then you're expecting me to create a solution to you, deliver it to you. That's my product. When you want me to dig into this mental Rolodex and pull out an answer for you, and it be the right answer, because I'm not a hustler, I'm not a scammer, I'm not a bullshitter. I'm a well-educated and constantly seeking education, degrees, certificates. Actually just knocked out two today with transitioning into early childhood education, parlaying that or leveraging that from adult education. When you ask me to pull something from this big brain of mine, that's a product. I expect to be paid for it. So if you don't understand that or what you just asked me to do, don't ask the question. For one, if you're not going to pay it. Two, I'm going to get pissed that you asked me something that you don't want to pay for. Because if we are in a social setting and you know what I do for a living, I'm not going to get emotionally hustled or scammed by anybody. I don't care who you are. We can talk, we can jest, we can cut up, we can do whatever all the time. And we can even have this basic back and forth commentary. But the minute you ask the question is the minute you are expecting an answer, and if I deliver it, we're going to have a conversation on a preset charge, and I will cash app you, PayPal you, take cash out your hand, do whatever it is I need to do, but I'm going to get my coins first. If you can't respect that and what I do for a living, don't ask the question. Stop letting people pull you into their emotional brokenness. It leads to their financial brokenness, their mental brokenness. And when we say broken mentality, a lot of things about people are broken. They don't know it. So let that be their business. Don't let it be your business when you're in the business of making money. But what we got to do is start breaking free from other people's brokenness. Okay? Let your financial standing be a final resolution and reflection of everything else in your life that you're building, that you're valuing. If other people want it, they will pay the price. Another quote from Jay-Z, and I know this is from the 444 album. I believe it's with the collaboration he had with Damian Marley. And, I can't recall the name of the song now, but it's a Damian Marley collab. And a lot of the ad-libbing going on, he's like, basically set your price and live your life. Damn straight. If they want it bad enough, they'll pay for it. But I do know that the emotional hustle and scam, people do that to each other. We just feel it's sisterly or brotherly, or this is my family member, or my cousin, or my this or my that. Stop all of that. I really and truly had to literally uproot myself more than once out of the city I was living in to physically get away from family members. It wasn't so much as friends, but once I began to build that business rapport with clients, they began to take advantage of the situation and thought it was a friendship, and they didn't need to compensate me for my work. cut ties, cut them off, move on. I keep my licenses intact. I go out again, build my credibility bank, degrees, licenses, certifications, whatever. So when it's time for me to move on, I can do that. And I know that it takes me, even right now, on average, I'm making it a personal mission to move to a different city about every 2.5 years. After that point, I've soaked up as much in that city as I need to, and I've gotten bored. I want to move on. Um, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 years ago now, I made the decision to do that because I wasn't seeing enough of the world, just taking a vacation here and there. But coming back to the same rigmarole of a life next to a person I didn't want to be with just because we were paying bills, or the fantasy of what you thought this relationship was wears off. Again, looking around, alcoholics here, drug addicts over here, uh, people piling all kind of shit in their life and they're blaming other people for their choices. Like, I just really got tired of all of that stuff. It wasn't my stuff. And it's like, wow, I really can kind of get up and go and leave and do what the hell I want to. So why don't you? And make it a point to continue to do it. And I've done that. Proud of myself for doing it. I got other people talk shit about me. Well, she moved again. She changed her number again. So what? You're not in my life. But if it gets back to me, and I'm realizing you're a big enough issue that I need to deal with, because now what you and your ignorance don't understand, I'm a business. If something is coming out your mouth that's tarnishing my name, which is my business, now I got to deal with you on a whole nother way. So you're done. You're cut off. These people are so caught up in their ignorance, y'all. They're emotionally dwarfed. They don't even realize that 2 years, 3 years has gone by. You haven't called them. You don't go by their house. You don't live in the same fucking state. And these people still talk to you, speak about you. You know, it's like, dang, really? Wake up. You wake up, not them. Your emotional self has got to stay intact. Your spiritual self at all times. Whatever religion you are, who you pray to, whatever, I'm not concerned with that. But I do know if you don't get those two things healthy and keep them intact, you're going to stay stuck right along with the other stuck people. But you may have something that's burning deep inside of you, because now that's going to turn to a little bit of, bitterness, and outwardly aggressive and hateful. And now you spitting the same negative shit out that they do because their life ain't shit. You sitting around them and wanting to do something else with your life, but you think because you do a little bit better shit than they do with their little bitty shit, but you still in the same shit. Crabs in a barrel mentality. I've never wanted to be a damn crab. Didn't want to be nowhere near the damn barrel. So when you got people out here throwing metaphors around like that, listen to it, break it down. I'm a studier of philosophy. God willing, I will have this PhD finished in another year or so. Hopefully, less than that, if I really buckle down. But I've loved philosophy for a long time. And I've been able to finally find a path that's going to allow me to tie all of my education background into it and make it make sense and make it work for me. Payday. Philosophically speaking, not so much just theoretically, but take these metaphors that you hear and break down the philosophy of it and what it means. So I've heard this about a tiger can't change its stripes. That's great for the tiger. I'm a human being. I can change and mold and create and design my life as I want it. So if any of you know me personally, I put my story out there several times, and I'm going to even build a new platform around it specifically for women and our issues. Coming soon, within the next 30 days. That's a 2019 bucket list check. I'm a child of generational physical abuse, sexual abuse, and drug abuse, and alcohol drug abuse. Both my parents were married and raised me. Both my parents come from broken homes where they were both beaten, abandoned, broken emotionally, physically, spiritually, but they were taught to not call out their abusers. They were taught that the abuse was normal, and moreover, they were taught to put a cute face on it, show up in church, put some clothes over it, and you better not talk about nothing outside of our house or what's going on in our family. They were taught to cover up the ugliest of the ugly, and when you were taught to cover that up as an 8-year-old, then you grow into the 16-year-old, then you go into the 21-year-old, now you married and met this one over here with the same exact shit locked together. Do that with that metaphor. But you thought your hurt could be subsided with her hurt, or you thinking you can help her with her hurt, and she's helping you with yours, and you're hurting each other. Now you're beating and abusing each other because it's the same behavior, the same patterns that you've learned, and you didn't learn anything different. You didn't love yourself, fortify yourself enough to learn to do it different. Now here comes the third generation of your own kids that you're beating, abusing, not loving them, not fortifying them, not building their spiritual house, their emotional bank, but you teach them to go out and get a job and go out and get external validation and buy a car and buy a house, and you're supposed to look the part, not be the part. You're supposed to look good, but not be good. I can't be around any of that anymore, y'all. My spirit gets so beside itself when any negative shit comes towards me. I can spot it like now, like, it's instant. And I gotta move away from it. I can't breathe the air that this monster is breathing. I cannot drink from a cup that's in your house, and this child molester is in your house, and he drank from this cup a week ago because he was in your house visiting you. I don't do that. When people show you who they are, believe them. That's Maya Angelou. When people show you that they ain't shit, believe them. Stop trying to make them be something that they ain't. Something that they don't desire to change. Because they ain't no fucking tiger. They're a human being. You can choose to do it different. And it starts with the desire to want to do it different. Okay? For me, my transition, my transformation of changing my life, my spirit, my emotional self, fortifying myself, I'd gone through bouts and periods of over my adult life, going back and forth with speaking to my parents, not speaking to them, speaking to sisters and brothers, not speaking to them. And it was always rooted in arguing because no one liked to address or tell the fucking truth. But you talking shit about me because I tell the truth. I'm telling your fucking secrets. Your shit that you've done, you can do it, but you can't say that you did it. You don't want to admit that you did it, regardless of how much hurt you gave me. And the cloak and the indoctrination and the bullshit of you telling me that this is normal and you did this and did this, but you're my child, and the words I had to realize I love you weren't even being said. This was just an expectation of the abuse, dysfunction. I had to move away from it, get away from it, and about 7 or 8 years ago, I literally felt myself wasting away. Everything in my life was changing, had been changing and flip-flopping for about 2 or 3 years at that point. A few little things seemed to go right here, then a whole ton of bricks would fall over here. I had to keep it going, keep it moving. All I knew at that point was just how to work and make money and pay bills and go to school. And as long as I did that, it was going to be okay. Well, it wasn't okay. My emotional self was crumbling. And I had someone to tell me. So I let them know that I felt like I'm having a nervous breakdown. Like, what is this? Why is this happening to me? And it's like, well, we're not going to even look at that as anything bad or wrong. Again, black people, we got to get over all of these stigmas and bullshit. We always hear in the back end, backward end, wrong end, upside down end of shit all the damn time. And that is rooted in black people's history as slaves not being allowed to read. So now we get to the point where you can read and you don't read. You don't read and then you don't understand. You don't absorb what it is for yourself. Okay. My mentor begins to tell me that you are experiencing a break and you are supposed to experience a break. What you thought you knew and what you thought you were was someone else's design. Yourself versus your ego. Yourself is trying to live, is trying to breathe, is trying to have life. Your ego has covered you, it's coated you, it's protected you, but you don't even know who the self is because you never fortified or cultivated that. So just let it happen. Don't fight it. Talk it out, talk your issues out, write them out, do what you have to do. But you're going to be okay. And you know what I was? I remember the one day that's like happened, where the break literally happened. I remember waking up saddened. I've been going through maybe a week of just this crying, bawling my eyes out for no damn reason, on and off, for about a week, week and a half. This day I woke up out of my sleep. Woke up, just getting up, deep sadness again, and just crying. And I'm like, God, just like literally screaming out, I'm tired of this. I don't want to go through this no more. Just, I'm done with this. I was in my head thinking of the literal sense of the tears and of the crying. I began to feel something here in my head that felt like damn pop rocks going off. You know, the candy, like pop, 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 pop. The headache was gone. I woke up with what I thought was a tension headache going into that. But the sadness was there. That's what was more overwhelming. So once I felt the tension relieve, and it was just, it's, if it was a something that was there, it got expelled out. It was gone. And something in me just said, today is the day. You're going to do it different today. You're tired of it. You want to do it different. You don't want to be this way, live this way anymore. Today's the day. It's going to be different. And it was. Nothing excessively significant that I had to do, think, feel, whatever. I had the day off. I remember getting up, getting dressed, going out for a regular workout, feeling great, and decided that I wanted to have some new literature to read. And I'm a library person, so when I get a chance, I go check out things, look at things, see what's going on there, just to go and get in a space of learning, you know, and let my brain get, you know, coated and let it have a little fun. There's a bookstore section in most public libraries, and I went through there, flipping through different things, and I came across this book that was only like 50 cents. A little bit of a worn cover, but still readable. It's called The Road Less Traveled. The author is M. Scott Peck, a veteran, a university teacher, a psychiatrist, a light worker. I'll say he was that. I can't really say anything specifically on him with the religion. But the book itself, I read the foreword, and the light bulb went off. I had to have it. I got it home, and within about 2 or 3 days, I read it cover to cover. The book was filled with real life experiences, analogies he had, case studies, but it was rooted in, and I'm a lover of philosophy. Again, I love philosophy. I love free thinking, critical thinking, being a thought leader. I really love that. My brain loves to think. It really does. Um, the book was rooted, and it just answered so many questions and checked off so many boxes. And I thought, well, where the hell has this been? And that book was written in the 70s, the original one, The Road Less Traveled. The second volume in it, I believe, is further along The Road Less Traveled, and the third one is The Road Less Traveled and Beyond. M. Scott Peck. If you really want something to touch your spirit, read it. It's rooted in academics and the philosophies along with that, theology, and a little bit of science or his medicinal work as a psychiatrist thrown in there. Nothing overwhelming, nothing that's, but you got to be able to attack those things that you have those fears about. Because at least I want to know why I have this fear or why I have this hesitation. Change my fucking life. That day changed my fucking life. But you gotta be willing to do the work. Let yourself heal from these hurts, guys. Stop hurting yourself. Stop hurting others. Let yourself heal other people that are out there that need healing. At the end of the day, when we're talking about our physical self, what we do and how we make money, you've got to be the best, healthiest representation and version of yourself that you can be. And if you're not that, you're not going to be it for anyone else. And at the end of the day, when it comes to your business, if you can't be the best, your business is not going to be the best. People will still, you're going to have, what you put out is what you get back. So if you are in any type of situation with yourself where you're not healthy, you're hurting yourself, you're harming yourself, you may be doing it subconsciously. And as long as you're just working and paying bills, you got a distraction. Let that financial bank be the last deposit. Your emotional bank, your spiritual bank, your physiological bank, and your financial bank will come. Move away from people that don't mean you no good, that they're not healthy. If I didn't break you, it ain't my job to fix you. And if you want to be in the business of fixing people, make a decision. You want to help fix people, change careers, or you here to fix their hair. I'm not saying that what we do doesn't help people look better, and obviously they will feel better. I remember having a client once, this lady came in, every time she came in, crying, breaking down crying over something with her family or something with this or that. After about the second time of that, I just had to sit her down, sweetie. You sound like you're in a real bad place of depression. I'm not a doctor. I can only look at it from a behavioral aspect as a teacher, because I can't really turn that off being behind that chair. And I'm not pointing the finger. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about yourself. But I have an entire salon full of people here that I got to service to make these ladies look good and get stuff in here popping. And you, quite frankly, right now, are just a Debbie Downer. Like the energy shifts when you come in here. People want to leave here and be happy and upbeat and feel good about themselves. So do yourself a favor. I pulled up a local center for a women's center where they had counseling and crisis counseling and things of that nature. I don't know if she ever really took it up. I did her hair maybe one more time after that and tried to bring up the conversation. She shifted it. I just threw a prayer out in the air, but at the same time, I don't need the money that bad. She wasn't really ready to be vulnerable like that and admit that she needed help. And probably she'd been to several other stylists. Again, you stepping outside your scope of practice. You're trying to give people advice and this and that you're not qualified to do. And this lady is still however long later still hurting and crying and depressed. It's nothing wrong, guys, with healing those hurts, but you got to realize those hurts are there. You just got to let yourself feel them. Stop with self-medicating. Stop with self-harm. Stop being outwardly aggressive, assertive, bitter, nasty, negative to other people, because what you're putting out is what you're going to get back. And if you're not healing, it's because you're still busy putting bullshit into the world. So are you going broke or you want to break free? I'm so rich right now. I'm so rich. Like, my riches are what's untouchable. Because I ain't worried about that bank account. Because as long as I'm able to keep everything else valued and worthy, I'm at the top of my game. I still got blessings coming my way. This blessing here is going to lead to a jump here. This jump here is going to lead to a blessing there. It took me a long time to just be able to smile and the joy just flow. I will not change this for the world. I love me too fucking much to let somebody else into my life that can't love me with me. That's Eartha Kitt for that ass. I saw that on YouTube or something, and her commentary was about compromising with other people, and you got to give up this and stop doing this because this person came into your life. For what? That was her exact expression. For what? I got to stop doing me and living for me and loving me because you showed up. You are a part of my life. I had to tell an ex that one time. You're a part of my life. You are not my whole life. And I don't need to be yours. I don't need to be nobody's everything. You need Jesus, evidently. You don't need me. But I got to compromise on what I'm already in love with myself about for you. Get out of here. You need to learn to love me with me. That's what this freeway is going to be. Me, and you. As long as you is over there, you are the option to be in my life. When you do not bring value, when you do not appreciate my value, when you do not love your own damn self. Because what I'm not going to do is be a 32-ounce capacity person dealing with a 2-ounce person, and you mad as hell that your capacity is not where mine is, but you still gonna pull them emotional hustles and scams on me, and me not being fortified or not being strong, not loving myself enough, thinking that in order to fix your 2 ounces, I gotta give you all 32 of mine. What the hell sense does that make? Where do you think that water gonna go when that cup is 2 ounces and all your 32-ounce stuff is there? Where you think it's gonna go? Spilling over the side, running down the sink, on the floor, everything else. You done just literally wasted all your everything on somebody else over here who don't want to be nothing. So, no, you ain't an actual cup. You're a human being, and you got the ability, if you have the desire, to change your life. It ain't got nothing to do with you sucking the life out of me. The people that don't understand that, you ain't got to understand it. You don't get it, you ain't got to get it. But I will not go broke fucking with other broke people. Break free, y'all. Love yourself, love your business, love your family enough to do it different in 2019. You breathe easier. You smile better. You crack them jokes. You just are free, y'all. It's a free guy. I can't express. It's free. I ain't saying that freedom ain't free. You're going to pay a price. Because historically, if we're coming down the line from however many generations of people who were getting it wrong, people that did not invest in their emotional, spiritual, physiological selves and were only just concerned with getting a job and making money and buying a house and buying cars because they can look good and not be good, they got it wrong. So you can't expect people that are broken to give you something whole. It don't happen that way. You break the cycle. You do it. Love yourself enough to do it. It may hurt emotionally to pull away and then leave behind what you thought you knew, as broken and dysfunctional as it is. But what's in front of you guys is fucking priceless. Can't nobody touch it. No, they can't afford it. Going broke or breaking free. Be better to yourself starting right now. Don't just be good. Be better to yourself starting right now. Live your life. Design your life how you want it. Don't hurt. Don't harm nobody else. Check your words before you speak them. Check your heart with that compassion before you put that energy out there. Check you. Don't check nobody else. And when you start to change that energy, then the other people and things around you and that energy will shift and it'll change and it'll become better. That's just the law of the metaphysical world. That's just what happens. Do it different and be better to yourself. 2019, this day, this age, right now, it may just not be the significance of the year, but it is right now. If you want it, do it. It is that simple. I'm going to sign off. I didn't want to have this be that long tonight, but please drop down in the comments. If something touched you guys, I hope it did. Positive vibes only, DM me, Miss B the Teacher, Instagram, Miss B the Teacher, Twitter. Drop down in the comments here. Let me know what you think. Salon Life TV, YouTube, Salon Life TV, Facebook. Catch up with me, either one there. And also, please, for the women that are out there, please like and share this to all women. I need to get this going. A long, well thought out thing. And again, it's just time to do it and get it done. I'm going to create a new platform for us as women for our issues. And it's not always just about what's hurt and harmful to us, but what's healing and what's helpful. Confessions of a Woman. It's our year, y'all. Signing off. Going broke or breaking free. The choice is yours. Make the best decision for your life that you can. You deserve it. I'm out.